Let
Go ahead,
me
Nets fan. Go
let
ahead.
me tell
Reflect on
you.
us.
All I learned from the Knicks is that the regular season means absolutely zilch because the Hawks showed you the regular season to them was just conditioning. Play well enough to make the playoffs and turn it on in the playoffs because you guys dismantled them during the regular season. I wouldn't say it was blowout wins, but y'all
It wasn't.
showed them like we're gonna beat you every time we play you, and we don't care.
And
That's
we
what
did.
it looked like in the
Yeah.
regular season.
Yeah.
And when the playoffs started, Trae Young said, "Give me the ball. The playoffs is for stars.
Mm.
The playoffs, you said it. The playoffs is not for number one defense. Of course, you need a great defense to win a
You
chip.
do need
I don't care what
yeah.
anybody says. You
Yeah.
need a great defense to win a chip. But
Yeah.
the playoffs is not about defense. The playoffs is for stars. The Knicks don't have a star. The Knicks have very good players. The Knicks don't have a star. Maybe after this offseason, Julius Randle can turn into a star. But all I learned is that one, Tom Thibodeau trusts nobody. He does not trust anybody because why is Derrick Rose playing 38 minutes a game? Does not make sense. Why is Ntilikina, after sitting for 3 hours, coming in with 30 seconds left in the game to guard Trae Young? You think Ntilikina is loose? You think his legs are ready to guard a shifty Trae Young? No. But he had to
He
play
should
him
be.
because
He should be.
no. You
Now
sat for
listen, if
two
you don't
hours.
play
Your
all
legs should not
game,
be ready.
of course,
That's
of
the
course, of
point.
course.
You got to loosen up. That first
But
couple minutes of the
you're
game.
the best defending guard on the team.
Yes, when you play.
You're
He's
no,
not in the
you're
rhythm
the
of the game. He's watching the game,
I know. I
coming
know.
in crunch time and guard one of the
Listen,
shiftiest
that
players in the
that
NBA.
specific play was very, very unique in the fact that Taj Gibson and Ntilikina both tried to guard Young on the same side, on the right side. And when they mashed
But
together,
it happened more than
when
once. That's what I'm
Ntilikina,
trying to tell you. It happened.
that was the most prominent
The
one.
first time it
Yeah,
happened,
the
I give
first
you that
game. Yeah,
because that was bad. But I think it happened
yeah,
in game three.
3. Yeah.
Trae Young just walked right past him, and it's like if he played, I know he's not good offensively, but if he even played 3 minutes in the third quarter just
Mm-hmm.
to get in game motion, get yourself
Mm-hmm.
moving, and then you come in at the end of the game. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he played like 40 seconds it felt like the entire first round series, and
Mm-hmm.
all 40 of those seconds were fourth quarter, under 2 minutes, with the game within 3 points, 4 points, and you want him to guard him, Trae Young, who was getting to the basket at will every game. Okay, let's move on.
I would
Because
actually agree with you on that end. On the
yeah,
offensive end, the same thing with Quickly. Quickly played, I think, a total of 8 minutes in
what
all four
sense does that
games,
make?
5 games,
The whole series, you guys were
and he was
begging for
hot.
offense.
And
And
he
every
was
time he
hot.
comes in the game, he makes a three, makes a
Yeah.
layup, hits that stupid floor that he does every time. He makes it every single time. What happens? Back
I
on the
tell you
bench.
though, I tell you though, that did kind of infuriate me. After game 3, I noticed a pattern because it was D Rose playing 36, 37, 38 minutes a game. And
Tibbs does not trust
Peyton
anybody.
Peyton started the first two, and that was that was useless.
But that
Useless to start
shows
Alfred
you
Payton.
because he
I
was
know.
bad the last month of
Yeah.
the season, but yet he started every game. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
He started every game, and then playoff time, you start him the first 2 games of the postseason, and then only play him 6 minutes, and then you put him on the bench. Derrick Rose, come on, let's go. And it's like, bro,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose is an old, like he might not be old
He's
in
an
age,
old no,
but
he's
his
an
knees
old
have gone
man.
through so much. Derrick Rose, an
He
old
is an
man.
old man.
You
I
cannot
literally thought
play him that
after the
much,
game, after the series ended, I literally thought he was gonna go to the presser and say, I'm retiring after the season.
bro.
Because he literally
I thought he was gonna
burned
retire at
himself
halftime.
out. Yeah.
I tweeted it out. He
He
made a layup.
burned him.
He
Yeah.
made a layup, and you know when you make a layup and you turn around to run back up to play defense,
Yeah,
he
was on
looked
the
in the
floor.
camera. He didn't do it on purpose. He looked in the camera. His face was like this. I'm like,
was
it's the first quarter. This dude is
on the
dead.
floor. Dude was on the floor for a long. He needed like a couple minutes to recover and get back up before he could run back down on defense. I
I'm like,
knew
it's the
from game
first
2, game
quarter,
3, I
and
was
this
like,
dude is gassed.
Tibbs
I
is
said, "There's no way.
burning this dude. If we even make it out of this first round series,
You have no
don't
shot in the
bother
next one.
playing him. Don't bother
No
playing D
shot in
Rose
the
the
next one.
first two
None."
games because he needs like a week's rest at
So then,
least. Yeah, you're right.
so
You're right. You're
then
right.
we get to the next one. Okay,
Yeah.
you have Julius Randle, who, yes, he led you guys to the 4 seed, but he has never been the focus of anybody's attention ever in his career. On the Lakers, there was Kobe, and then when Kobe was hurt, they had D'Angelo Russell, who took most of the shots. Right?
And
Then he
Jordan
goes to the
Clarkson,
yeah
and it was a team of just like rookies, like
rookies,
a
and
bunch of rookies. Yeah.
he goes. He's the oldest one. He's been in
Yeah.
the league since 2015, I think.
Yeah.
But D'Lo took all the shots, and
Yeah.
then he goes to New Orleans, the Pelicans, and who plays there? AD.
AD.
And then for a stretch, DeMarcus Cousins.
Mhm.
You think Julius Randle is taking any shots? None. He would have great games like here and there that showed promise. That's why the Knicks even went after him. But he was never that guy where you could look at like, oh, he's gonna lead this team. Then you get to
He
this year,
never
right?
has been. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go.
So you get to this
season.
year,
Yeah.
and Tom Thibodeau almost made it clear coming into the year, everybody's going to have to prove themselves because I don't think anybody on this team is elite. He basically said, he didn't say it clear, but he basically said that. And the only two people that showed up, that's not a rookie. So, quickly showed up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. Julius Randle single-handedly got you guys to the playoffs.
Yes. No.
Single-handedly.
That's obvious. Yes.
And it got even more obvious in the playoffs because the second he went cold, the whole team froze. It didn't even get cold. Froze. Everybody was bad.
Yeah.
And it's like he's getting double teamed. But I said on the last episode, he's double teamed. He kicks to Reggie Bullock wide open. I mean, 10 feet of space between him and the closest defender. Brick. Then the next time, does it again. Alec Burks. Brick. Then the next time, he kicks it to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose not really going to shoot that three. So Derrick Rose going to drive back in, kick it back out to Julius Randle. Julius Randle never makes up his mind. He picks up the ball.
Especially in this series, he takes the ball, head fake, jab step,
dribble, step back, bad shot. And it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So all I really learned from this series is that, one, the most important thing, y'all need a point guard badly. Because Derrick Rose would be, like you said, he would be a great six man.
Yeah.
Y'all need a point guard badly. Two, Tibbs needs to trust people because the reason why y'all were the 4 seed is because he only played like 8 people a game. If you think about it, he only plays 8 people. Y'all have 15 people on the bench, 12 get dressed every game. He only played 8 people a game. That means there's 4 people that never saw the game.
More, but yeah.
Kevin Knox, Ntilikina, of course, them two never played. And then you have
Theo Pinson, mostly guards.
But Theo Pinson is a G League combo guy.
But they called him up because they're figuring, oh, okay, yeah, we need like more space on the bench. Why don't you come? Like the Knicks did not have the depth that their
but every team
really
has
reflected.
The Theo Pinson.
No.
The Lakers have Jared Dudley. You understand?
I know. No. But here's the difference: is that the Knicks bench was scoring 50% of their points every game.
Yeah.
So you clearly had names on their bench. It's just that there were the same 3-4 people coming off every time.
No. They score 50% of the points because your starting 5 is a defensive starting 5. RJ Barrett's not a scorer yet. He can get there. It's really just Julius Randle. Elfrid Payton's not a scorer.
No.
Taj Gibson's not a scorer.
Oh, no.
Elvis Noel's not a scorer. Mitch Robinson's not a scorer. You understand?
Yes, he is. No. Mitch Robinson is a scorer. He's a scorer of those centers. He can
score. He's not a scorer. He's not there to drop 20 a game. He's there to lock up the paint.
I don't know.
That's the issue. That's why the bench scored 50% of the points, because quickly we come in the game and drop a smooth 15 quick. and then go sit down. And then Derrick Rose will come in the game, drop 20, go sit down. And then, so that's already 35 points. That's already a third of the points.
Which on paper is not efficient. Like in any form of the game at all is not efficient.
Your bench should never score 50% of your points, ever.
No.
That means your starting five is bad.
Yeah.
The only bench that should ever score 50% of the points is a team that their starters are hurt. So, like, let's say the Jazz, when Donovan Mitchell went down, Jordan Clarkson moves into the starting rotation. Bogdanovich moved into the starting rotation. So you have Jordan Clarkson off the bench. He's going to play like 50 minutes. Like, he's going to play a ton of minutes. You have Joe Ingles who's going to play a ton of minutes because there's more room in the rotation now. So the issue is the Knicks, let me not say the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau failed to give anybody confidence. The only people he gave confidence, Derrick Rose by playing him 40 minutes in the playoffs every game, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett. And then Alec Burks for a stretch. That first game, Alec Burks dropped like 20. I think you guys still lost, but he dropped like 20. The second game, he dropped like 20. I think he dropped 20 again or something like that. It might not have been 20,
game,
but it was
close. It was like those double digits, but it wasn't 20. But yeah, in the second game.
And then after that, what happened to him? Reggie Bullock got all the minutes. And it's like, yes, I know you want defense on the court, but you have to score to win. And if Julius Randle is going to brick even wide open layups, somebody else has to score. And that's the issue. Tom Thibodeau literally said, I don't trust anybody, so I'm going to play 7 people. Taj Gibson should not be playing that many minutes. Yes, he's good.
He was the last guy.
Nerlens Noel's still better. If Nerlens Noel got hurt, that's the only reason why he didn't play as much. But Taj Gibson played so much.
Yeah. If Noel plays, there's a clear gap in the Knicks' overall defense against Atlanta down the stretch. They don't lose by double digits. They lose probably by 8 points, 4 or 5 points.
If it's me, I start Julius Randle at the 5. I know it's
you said it last week.
It's not a reliable thing for the whole playoffs, but in this current series, you think Clint Capella can stay in front of Julius Randle?
Yes, because Julius Randle played 0 defense in the last 3 games.
No, I'm saying Julius Randle with the ball in his hand. You think Clint Capella can guard him one-on-one? No, they're gonna have to double him. So that means you're leaving 4 shooters open, because that means Alec Burks moves into the starting rotation.
Is that what we saw this series though? Because this series, Julius Randle was cold. Clint Capella could easily let him.
He was never guarded by Clint Capella.
I know, but Clint Capella could have easily given him space and just let him shoot, because
that's the problem. He made all of his mistakes double teamed. That's what I'm saying. Put him at the 5.
Down the road.
Clint, come here. You think you can talk and wag your finger? Like Mutombo, come guard me. Come see me one-on-one.